Well, here we are at Werks 2022 at the PCA Werks Reunion. My name is David Jacobson, and you're watching Pcarmarket live at the Werks Reunion, and I am joined by Jim Barry.
At the Werks Reunion.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to try to take a few moments and visit a few different people here to talk about their cars, something that everyone loves about this event. There's the different variety. You have cars that are going to be hot rods. We're going to have some factory cars, safari cars, and we're going to start with something very special with a gentleman named Hank, which was one of the first cars that we saw when we came in, and it's really spectacular.
Yeah.
So here we go. We're going to jump right into it. Let's take a walk over to Hank here. We're actually going to be interrupting Hank because I know. Where's Hank? Hank, now that you're eating, here we are. We had about 4 false starts. Now he's eating a muffin, and we happen to interrupt him. Sorry, Hank.
No problem.
But we are actually live.
Oh,
we're live on YouTube.
From New York.
We're live from New York. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Right now, there's at least one person watching. So we're at the Werks Reunion, like we said before, with Jim and Hank. We were lucky enough to walk in and spot this absolutely beautiful Carrera GT, and we asked Hank the color. We were guessing maybe a paint to sample fly yellow or a speed yellow, but you told us it's called
Faience Yellow.
Faience Yellow.
Yeah.
And you also had mentioned that that where the name comes from. I mean, I know it was an interesting story.
So, I related to the fact that Porsche had a color back in the 50s called Meissen Blue. Meissen is a town in Dresden, Germany, and they used that color on the original 356s because Meissen is famous for making this very special blue porcelain. Porsche liked the color, they put it on their cars. Faience is a town in France that is famous for making yellow porcelain. Obviously, somebody at Porsche really likes porcelain, and they named this color Faience Yellow after the town who makes the famous yellow porcelain.
Wow. And as usual, Porsche nails the color. It has a very, it's when you look at it, you know that it's something special.
It's a little deeper.
How many did they make?
They made, 1,270 of the Carrera GT
right.
total, and that was worldwide.
Yep.
Roughly half came to North America. And
how about the color?
The Faience Yellow, they made 88 in the world, and about half of those came to North America.
88 total.
Total.
Yeah, well, it's a beautiful color. Now, I also, from when we first met before, you said you did some work to the car.
Yeah.
You did some paint correction, but it's a factory original paint.
It is.
But you did some work to get it to be in
the
state.
previous owner ran over some brown epoxy paint on the driver's side, and no chemical in the world would take it off, so we literally took 3,000 grit sandpaper.
Wow.
And got speck by speck off of the body, and then we did the paint correction after that, and now that epoxy's all gone, and the car's been PPF filmed, expel, and ceramic coated.
Yeah, but the best part about all of this is that you drove this car here. How far?
I don't know, 300, 400 miles, something like that.
Yeah. Well, most people don't drive 300, 400 in a year. So the fact that you drove this 300 miles to this event, we love that stuff.
Yeah.
So you also have another, I mean, we can go through a lot of the cars we talked about that you have. Is this one of your favorites?
It's definitely one of my favorites. It's probably, in terms of drivability, it's a car that makes you pay attention more than virtually any of the other cars I own. But it's a special car. It's totally analog. It's rear-wheel drive, no traction control, mid-engine V10.
Spectacular.
I put new rubber on it, which makes a big difference, and I put an Öhlins TTX suspension on it, which is a game changer.
Yeah.
The car no longer wants to kill me.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, it does, but you know how to keep it at bay.
Yeah.
But we're going to move on. But thank you so much, Hank.
Hey, David.
Enjoy the show today, and I appreciate us bothering you,
Yeah.
taking the muffin out of your mouth.
Hey, and I get your daily feeds, and I've actually bid on a few cars. And,
that's great.
And I love seeing the stuff come up for sale, and you get some cool stuff.
We appreciate it.
You guys have come a long way in a short time.
Yes. No, we appreciate
Hopefully
the
I get
kind
to see your
words.
993 when I come to Naples.
It's in Chicago right now.
It's in Chicago.
I may bring it down to Naples in the future. I have a white, glacier white 993 Turbo S, 97.
Nice. So jumping
that I've
out of
had
this,
25 years.
Jumping back and forth, that's a thrill. That's a thrill.
It is. Very different cars.
They really are.
They all have 3 pedals, though.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Hank.
Thanks, Hank.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Let's take a look. By the way, while we're over here, we have to take note. This is the new RUF. Is this unbelievable?
Yeah, I
Who-
think the
this
owner
car is
is
speaking.
right
Who's
over
the
there,
owner-
guy
who's the
with
owner-
the checkered shirt.
Oh, the checkered shirt. Okay,
This car is speaking to me.
we're gonna have to say hello. The who's the owner of this car? Any chance? Me. How are you, sir? We're live right now. Can I bother you for a minute? And
Jeff, right?
Hey, Jeff, how are you? David Jacobson. Pleasure to meet you, Jeff.
James Barry. I don't think we've ever met, but we have the same dog.
Jeff,
so
what do
that's a
you
good thing.
what do you think of this?
This is awesome. Why am I standing here?
Why?
Because it's awesome.
So, can you explain just a little bit what this is? Everyone knows it's a roof. This is their new car?
It's a CTR, which
It's a
is
CTR.
which is like the Yellowbird. The Yellowbird is the CTR, and this is I think the 4th version, and this is the last version, and this is on his own new platform.
Right.
That Jeff knows all about too. The carbon fiber monocoque and carbon fiber body. It weighs 1,250 kilos, which is 2,750 pounds. Twin turbocharged, 710 horsepower.
Wow.
I don't know much about suspension, you do, but as pushrod suspension, can you explain that?
I cannot, but
Come-
I
come-
will say
come a
that
little closer,
it
Jeff,
is
for a
a
moment.
it is an all new platform and very, very special. So it's kind of the one that's taken him into the bestow kind of
Yeah,
experience
yeah.
of not something that was based on anything else to start with.
Yeah.
So-
What else could they do right?
Oh no, they do a lot right.
I mean,
So-
just the way they evolved into a bespoke product like this
Yeah.
after all those years of building these incredible factory, thoroughbreds.
Yeah.
But so, is this a car? I'm sure this is not your only Porsche.
Well, this isn't a Porsche.
You see, okay. So explain that.
Well, it's a roof. He's a manufacturer.
Yeah. So there's no Porsche part. This is not. There's nothing
Well,
to do
if you
with.
look at the glass, it all says roof on it.
Okay.
I think the only thing that may be the same as Porsche is the windshield.
Yeah.
from what I
and
understand.
And they even make the bodies,
Roof
from what I
is
understand,
always
as well.
Yeah.
acknowledged
it's not a
as a
Porsche. You must be in heaven.
manufacturer.
It's
Yes.
unbelievable.
So he's always had a separate
It's my
serial
favorite car.
number, everything
Yes.
on it. So
That's a
since
great
literally
note.
the beginning,
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
which is in the eyes of the German, side of the automotive landscape, he is a full manufacturer.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's been the difference of somebody who modifies or hot rods or tunes
Right.
cars. This is truly an individual platform that has its own serial
Right.
number and everything.
Now
for
they were
itself.
called what? White? What are they called? The cars.
Body and white
and
were
white.
what he would get in the beginning to build things
Right.
off of from Porsche, but this one is different because it's taken it to a new level. So, and if you notice, the wheel arches are expanded, but not just in width, but in elevation and height on them. So the whole proportions of the car,
That's the
while
word.
it maintains a lot, is
Yeah.
kept the silhouette of a Porsche, but the proportions have changed.
The proportions
greatly,
are
so,
key. It's key
yeah.
to the beauty of
Yeah.
this car. Have you driven one?
Yes, yeah. I was just saying that 3 years ago, I think it was, I drove one of the prototype for this over in Germany with Pfaffhausen when I visited Alois. So
Yeah.
it's pretty special.
Wow. Wow.
It's more than pretty special. It's
Yes.
It's actually the length of a 964,
Okay.
right? But it's completely restyled. And his buddy he grew up with, Freeman Thomas, styled the car.
Yeah.
So this has a longer wheelbase, and they did a really good job disguising it too.
Let me get you on the mic so you can. I want everyone to hear what you're saying.
So this is moved up, and then they lengthened the door panel to disguise that space. Otherwise, you'd be able to tell, right?
right, yep.
And then if you look at a stock car, the rear axle is further back too.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's a longer wheelbase for more high-speed stability because it'll do 225 miles an hour.
225.
225.
Wow.
And then they widen the track too, and they disguised how they widen the track. You could widen it, but then you'd have this cutway in, like say a 930 or something.
Yes, yes.
So what they did was they made the door thicker here to disguise how much.
Yeah. And that helps also to stay in compliance for safety to be able to
I
put
imagine.
yeah.
I imagine, yeah.
It's incredible how they figured all this out. And you did you spec this one out? Did
Yeah.
you pick the color and any of
Yeah, I didn't want one like everybody else's, so
Yeah.
that's what I agonize over. It's like the colors and getting it right. So this is Golf Blau. It's in the PCA and the Rainbow they call it Gulf Blue Dark.
Yeah.
Is what they call it.
Get us here. Golf Blau.
Golf Blau.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
Golf.
66 to 68 color
Oh,
for
it's-
911s and 912s.
Now did you have one in this color? That reason, or you just
No. I saw one Porsche had on their stand in Geneva a few years ago. They had a 901 that had been restored in this color.
Gorgeous.
And through my connections, I found out from the owner over in Germany what color he'd painted it. So, because I wanted something unique and I love blue.
Yeah. You know what it is? When a color gets you, it gets you.
Yeah.
It's just so individually
It's really
special.
important. And then we agonized over the color of the interior. I didn't want the whole dash to be the same color as the seats. So we picked this color, picked a charcoal, and then I did the stitching to match the seats throughout the whole car.
You did it right.
Outstanding. You really did.
Yeah.
Really did. I mean, what you know what it is? The presence of this car. When it pulls up, it just has a presence compared to everything else. And we, like Jeff said before, the proportions are perfect. They did such a lovely job. Well, thanks for taking a moment. I know we hijacked you in the middle of a conversation.
That's okay. I'll tell you, it was amazing driving up here. I have a house in Clearwater Beach, down by the Tampa area.
Okay.
So I took delivery down there and drove it up yesterday. And of course, I'm just getting to know the car.
You just got it?
Yeah, I'm just getting to know
Nice,
the car's
license
manners.
taped in
I've
the
had
window.
I've had it a day or two. But I was driving up here, and I needed to get through some traffic, and I put it in fourth gear on the freeway, and I got on the boost a little bit and hit where it was concrete, like the traffic going underneath.
Right.
And I spun my rear wheels doing about 70 miles an hour in fourth gear.
That was humbling. That humbled
like,
you.
holy
Yeah.
crap.
Yeah. You need that though. Then you have total respect and you know how to.
Now I know what I'm driving.
Now you know what you drive. I did that with the Carrera GT. I took it off the
I
truck.
believe that,
and,
yeah.
and within 5 minutes, that happened to me, not at 70 miles an hour. And I immediately, you have to give the cars respect. So the weight and with that power, you really need to be careful here.
Yeah, absolutely. Respect.
But with that comes that beautiful, visceral experience when you know how to drive it, right?
Well, yeah.
That's the fun.
I'll have to learn how to drive it.
Yeah. Thank you so much. What's your
Thanks
first
very
name
much,
again?
Kurt. And I follow you on YouTube.
You follow us on YouTube. Oh, thank you so
Nice to meet
much.
You guys
Yeah,
saw the
Jim,
interview
nice
with
to meet you.
Alois.
Yes, one of my favorite interviews. I learned a lot speaking to him, and it was it's nice to see this product, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Enjoy the day.
Have a good day.
Enjoy the day. Let's take a walk and see what else we have over here. That was absolutely incredible.
I know we're live, but I'm just dumbfounded by that car. I just can't stop looking at it.
Yeah, incredible. We're gonna take a walk over. What do we got? Oh, we have this beautiful. Is that Tangerine? David Moment.
Hey, David.
I'm sorry, David. You caught us at a moment. We're live.
Live, so I have to watch
Now-
my language?
This is trouble.
You have a car here?
I know, but I'm going to get in trouble.
But you have a car live on Pcarmarket right now.
Yes, I do.
Pretty
I
nice
have one, and I'm very happy to be on Pcarmarket.
Well, thank you so much. So David has a great seller on Pcarmarket. Has a Black Series. What is it? It's a
SL65 Black Series.
which is gorgeous. We saw that in your place a couple weeks ago.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You said you'll never sell it.
Well,
and
I'm a car
and I-
salesman. I'm a car salesman.
But I love when somebody says that, and then the car gets invited to the world, and everyone gets to see it and have an opportunity to own it. That's a great thing for everyone.
Well, the platform to me on Pcarmarket is the way to go. I've done, as you know, 5, 6 cars with you guys, and
At least,
they've
yeah.
all found good homes. They've all got good prices, and you guys are pretty easy to work with.
I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Enjoy your day, David.
Yeah, good to see you.
We'll catch up
see
later.
you.
All right, good
Yeah,
to
we'll
see you.
catch you later.
Yeah, good. Good to
Thank you.
guys.
So we're going to take a look at we have a soft spot in our hearts with a Tangerine.
Oh, yeah.
Tangerine, we have a Tangerine RS, 73 RS, which is one of our favorite cars.
And colors.
And colors, yeah. It's just the lines, the way the chrome pops, just an absolute stunning car. We met this gentleman earlier. We told him we're going to come over here, so we're not going to shock him. He's on his phone texting, so here he is.
Get you out of the chair?
We told you we'd be back.
Good morning.
What's your first name?
Joe.
Joe. So, Joe, we just saw some beautiful stuff, but nothing. I mean, this one is right up there with everything we've seen today. Tangerine?
Yes, 69.
69. Now, tell how long have you had it? What did you do to it? And
I've had it 18 years. It was an abandoned car at a dealership, and then the dealership took it on a trade, and they had no interest in it. So I took it over
18 years ago.
18 years ago. So
Wow.
It didn't obviously look like this, but the deal with the dealership is I had to take a car for them up into the upper Michigan and transport it because that's what I do now. So I transported the car, and I basically got this as a gratuity for doing the transportation.
Oh, that's.
But the catcher was I had to do it in a snowstorm, so it was over Thanksgiving.
So you got battle pay.
I got battle pay. Yeah, in short, that's exactly what I
Well,
got.
so that wouldn't happen today, would it? That experience.
No. Insurance is too expensive. Cars are too expensive.
Yeah, exactly. And a little bit more than a gratuity today. So tell us a little bit about what you did to the car.
We took the whole car apart, and then we acid dipped the entire car. And then we took the car over to Stoddard's back when Stoddard's was still in business.
Oh, yeah.
And
Chuck. Yeah.
Chuck. So
yeah.
I was a driver for Chuck until he passed.
Oh, okay.
And so Chuck oversaw the entire project when it was there. So
you knew Chuck personally?
I worked for him.
Oh, you worked for him?
I worked for him, yeah.
What a great experience that must have been, huh?
Whenever the 917s or the Gamoon, anything went out the door, it went in my trailer. It didn't go with anybody else.
Is that right?
Yeah, so it was a
Wow,
definitely experience.
wow, that's something else.
So Chuck oversaw the entire paint job, and then the shop went ahead and reassembled everything as far as the glass and the fenders. And then some of my friends from the Porsche Club went ahead and put the engine back together, and
Can we take a look? Do you mind?
Absolutely.
Tell them to get more of our faces.
Yeah. Yeah. Meticulous, this car.
So what are we looking at here? Obviously, now what year is this? What is this?
69.
69.
Everything's original on the car, other than say like the tires and things like that. But the engine's all been gone through. Everything's been cleaned and everything's been recoated. It did win second place at the Porsche Parade in Florida.
Now, how does this car not win first place?
Well, there's other cars. There were some things that, admittedly, that were wrong in a car.
So they do their job. They found out, yeah.
Yeah, so I corrected things.
So they gave you an opportunity to bring it to a next level.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there's always somebody that has something better than you, and so you always it's just good competition.
It is. It does. It keeps you on your toes, and
friendly competition.
And you know what? It is, because it also everyone steps up their game, and you wind up with better and better restored and correct cars.
And the best thing, it's educational.
Yes.
It's educational.
Which we need to keep going. We need to keep
now,
learning.
Now that I don't have my sources, because he passed away, but the club members help out and say, hey, well, this is wrong, this is wrong.
Yes, and that's what I mean.
So I correct it next time. It's corrected.
And then we have to bring that down to the younger people.
Exactly.
Because as we get older, it can't be a lost information, because it's so important.
Well, you might be getting older. I'm not getting older.
Well, I'll catch up to you then. Listen, I better not catch up to you. Then you got a problem with that. So how about inside? Is there anything that you did? I mean, you did it all, right?
Yeah, everything's been gone through.
Factory, the houndstooth, or did you add?
No, that's been added.
Yep.
And the interior was done by Autos International in California, and pretty much all put back together. Very low miles in the car.
Yeah, very beautiful. You got a picture of that interior there?
Yep.
Yeah, gorgeous.
All matching numbers.
Are you driving it? I know that we pulled up and you had slippers on the wheels.
Those are actually snow tires. That's what they use.
Seriously?
Apparently they use them in Europe, and if you get stuck in the snow, you put it on the tires and you're able to get out of the snow.
Oh, okay.
So they're able to be driven on, and I drove it here from the parking area, but it keeps the tires clean.
Yes, yeah.
And I put it on a lift back home. I cleaned the tires, put the.
Well, when you see something like that, someone has great care for their car. Yeah. But you do get behind the wheel and you take it and you're driving it, enjoying it.
Now I will, because this will probably be the last time I will show the car, because
gotcha.
I did it as a learning experience.
Yep.
And now that I've learned so much, I'll go on to another car. Now this will become a driver car, and I'll start building another car tomorrow.
Fantastic. Okay. Thank you for taking the time.
Anytime.
And enjoy this. And do you know Pcarmarket? Are you on our site?
I know what it is. Yes, it is.
Good. You want to sell this today, or
no?
We're not going to start the auction?
I'm not looking for a divorce.
No, okay. Have a great day. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Let's keep going. What do you think of that? Maybe one or two more? And then we'll do is we'll do one or two more cars. Then we'll cut it, and we'll come back live in maybe about another half hour. We're going to try to go to different sections here. As you know, the Werks Reunion is broken up into different sections. We have some supercars. Then you have the GT3 area, the newer cars, the Air-Cooleds, 356s, right? And some other stuff.
Yeah.
And we want to try to get a little bit of everything over here. So let's take a look at what we think is a safari car, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's got to get the angle. He can't get us from here to there. You got to get us to there. When we're talking, you got to get us like this, not like a percent. That's live TV for you. Okay. We saw this beautiful Safari done by who?
Kelly Moss.
Kelly Moss. Hi, guys.
Hey, how are you?
Good. We wanted to come over and take a look at this beautiful
How are
car.
you
Again.
David Geisinger.
James, nice to meet
This is David
Hey, everybody.
Geisinger.
Yeah.
And David has this this gorgeous Safari car here that was built by,
Kelly Moss Racing.
and everybody knows Kelly Moss. We know the quality of the builds. And you know what's really funny about these cars? I'm going to get on this side of
Sure.
here for a second because my mic. And when you see a Safari car, you know what Kelly Moss cars stand out.
We absolutely do.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's a lot of things. One, I mean, just from an aesthetic perspective, it's absolutely gorgeous. But second, from a performance perspective, they are second to none.
Is that
They don't
right?
leave any detail left unthought of, undone, from from the wheels to the custom rear end to just even the mud flaps. Right, everything was custom. The suspension, the roll bar. There's just no detail that was left undone on this car.
Now, did you buy this as it is, or did you spec it out, like as far as the colors and the motor and?
I spec'd it out, so I actually worked with them to design the livery. It was something that, in fact, what's funny about this livery, I'm a big Star Wars fan, and
Okay.
if you're familiar with Darth Maul, it was a character in one. He has a red face and design.
Yes,
This
yes.
is actually the Darth Maul livery, his face superimposed, two of them from an aerial. So if you take an aerial, it actually could. If I took the roof rack off, it would actually look like.
You got a whole new audience for this car now.
But the roof rack has to stay on.
The roof
Yeah,
rack
of
has to
that
course.
makes the whole car.
Yeah, without a doubt.
So now the whole livery.
That's
and
the cherry on top.
That we worked with them to get the livery done.
So, and it's beautiful. Now, are these stickers?
Yeah. So this is a guards red paint, just the original color of the car, and this is a wrap. So essentially, they wrap the car with just the gray and black on top of it. Yeah.
And
So
is
now-
it a 3.2 in there?
It's actually a 3.0.
It's a 3.0,
So
okay.
the car's
So is it
the car's originally actually a 75 911S.
Oh, wow.
And we replaced the motor, rebuilt the gearbox, all new drivetrain, pretty much new suspension. So within the car, everything's new. Everything in the interior is pretty much stock except for the Recaro seats, the roll bar, the steering wheel, custom mats. And
It's all the little things that
details.
mean a lot. Yeah.
Got Hoyer vintage Abercrombie clocks in there.
It's a must. It's a
from
must.
Probably 60, 70-year-old clocks in there. Just like I said, the little extra detail.
How good are the lights?
The lights are spectacular. I mean, they're LED. We were commenting last night. We drove 1,900 miles down here in this car, and the
By
lights
the way,
shine.
did you all hear that? 1,900 miles in a Safari car. How was it on the
It
asphalt?
was loud. I just got my hearing back this morning, and but it was fun. We actually have headsets to wear, but we couldn't figure out how to turn them on. So,
Well,
but-
you have earplugs though? Seriously? Do you
well,
put, like,
no, we didn't because at 3,200 RPM and above, but all within the speed limit.
Sure.
Of course, right? It sounds great, and I mean the car just sounds spectacular when it started up. But the lights, they shine like the sun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And how about can you take a look at the motor?
Yeah, sure.
Let's pop this. Now you said it's a 75S.
Yeah, 911S.
Oh yeah, we can
That's a
sneak.
little
Yeah, you
crazy.
can sneak under here
He has
quickly.
knees. He could bend down.
Yeah.
So,
I think, right, James?
Just a rebuild. I drive this car a lot and hard, and so I didn't need it to be.
Right,
you know,
right.
I didn't need it to be super clean. I needed it to be super functional and perform well, consistent.
Are you getting it off the road?
I am getting it off the road. I did get it off the road a little bit in Georgia yesterday. I live up in Boston, so we've had it off the road in the snow, in the mud. It's just been amazing.
Are you taking it to any tracks? Like if it's a little snow, like I know in.
We haven't had that much snow this year. We've only had a couple, and the one big snowstorm we had was the
Big
day
one, really
the
big.
day before we left for this trip. So it was a week ago Friday. So unfortunately, didn't have a chance. Had to pack and actually work. for a
You'll
living,
have
so-
time. You'll have time. But absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for taking the time,
Thank you.
David.
Yeah, thanks for showing it to us.
Yes, man. Yeah, we'll see you soon.
Thanks
absolutely.
for selling your car on Pcarmarket.
Of course.
Oh, that's
Great.
right. Pcarmarket, customer.
Pcarmarket buyer and seller. So appreciate it.
Oh, you're very welcome.
All right. Thank you guys. Take
Enjoy
care.
the event.
Yep.
Thank you.
And there you go. Do we have time for one more, Brad? What do you think? Let's take a look and see what else is over here. Maybe we can find another race. Well, look at that. A little miniature model. Very nice. So I think maybe we'll just take a look at one of these. What do you think? Take a look at. We have over here what seems to be the sport purpose, and this over here is a. I don't know if it's. A lot of people are doing this today, right? They're taking these cars and they're making them look vintage or older and patina.
Yep.
And who's the owner of this car?
I'm sorry?
You're the owner?
Yes.
How are you? I'm David from
David.
Pcarmarket Live. How are you?
Sure.
We're
Hey,
actually
I'm
live.
Pcarmarket Live, how you doing?
Well, we're doing good. We're actually live right now. Can we take 5 seconds and,
Sure,
and maybe you
you
could
bet.
tell us a little bit of.
Absolutely.
So now, obviously, with when you see this car from a distance, it's got that patina, that real world patina. But you did this.
Well, no, I bought
you
this
enhanced
car
it?
about 10 years ago.
Okay.
Out of Oakland, California. Actually, Jim Brazil with Easy. I didn't buy it from Jim, but he had it at his place. And I flew out there and got it. And I've had it, and just, it's kind of an outlaw. It's not a numbers matching car. I've got a normal engine for it. I've got a 912 that was in it when I bought it, and I've got it out of the car. I'm having it hot rodded to maybe 105 horsepower.
Nice.
or
What's in
something.
there now?
Now is a C-based motor, and it's
Okay.
probably about 85 horsepower.
All right.
It scoots pretty good.
Sure.
So, she's kind of rusty up underneath at places, but I had it at a buddy's shop, and he put it outside because his shop was overfilled, and he thought it would just be there briefly, but he threw a tarp over it. Well, this is in Atlanta where I'm from, and it rained, and then it got, and so the top bubbled up when we pulled the tarp off. So I said, well, you know what, I'm just going to repair some of these, put primer on some of these spots, including the top. And when I started doing that, I started uncovering the various layers of that it's been.
Oh, check
so
that
if
out.
you look at the layers, you can see every
Over the
color.
years.
You'll
Oh,
see.
wow.
You'll see it was born Meissen blue with a red interior.
Really?
So you can see the Meissen, and then you can see a primer, then you can
that's
see
fantastic.
That's art.
an ivory, then you can see the next primer, and then the
Yeah.
next. It's been about 6 different colors.
I did not
And this
realize
very
that.
last color, the lady that had it out there, I think she didn't use any primer over the last time. It's just like a Earl Scheib paint job. But
Wow.
it still looks pretty cool. But
You know what?
You can't duplicate that.
What you just told us changes the entire experience in looking
Yep.
at your car.
Yeah.
You're seeing years and years,
Yeah.
and what year is this car now? It's a
59.
You're seeing
59,
so you're
86.
seeing many years.
There's the.
Meissen.
This is the primer.
Wow,
I did.
yeah.
And there's the Meissen blue.
Yes.
Then primer. Then somebody did ivory. Then primer. Then they did it ivory again. Then primer. Then that blue. And then I think this last blue they just painted over that last.
So if we took a paint meter reading,
Who knows?
it's a guess.
It would say this is 3 cars.
And you've been around with these stickers.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you're is this your only Porsche, or do you have?
No, I have a 68 911S race car.
Okay.
Yeah, that I get out on the track with, and it's a real race car.
And where are you from?
I'm from Atlanta.
So you drove. It's not too
Well,
far, right?
yeah, I've driven to this several years. This year I trailered this down, but normally I drive. I've driven it. This car here twice, and I have a '71 911T that I drove here last year.
Yeah, that seems to be more of a longer distance. But
Yeah.
these seats look very comfortable.
Well,
I'm not
I
even.
just got these seats. They came from
Yeah.
fiber steel. Russ. All of a sudden, I'm drawing a blank on Russ's last name, but out in Southern California, he does a great job. Fiber steel seats. They're Speedster seats. These headrests, I talked to him about adding those. He said, I've wanted to do those for years. He said, but I've never done them. So these are the very first set of headrests he's ever done.
But that little support back there
Yeah,
makes a big
yeah,
difference
yeah.
for you.
If you really were to get hit from behind or something,
Yeah,
it would.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, beautiful. Thanks for taking
Yeah,
the time
man.
to show
Hey,
us.
good deal.
It was a pleasure.
Thanks a lot.
Yes,
Tell me your name
yes.
again.
David.
David.
And Jim.
Yeah,
Yep.
nice to
Okay,
meet you.
David.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, man.
Have a great day. Thank you. All right, we're gonna shut down for a little bit.
All right.
That's we'll actually take a look at some other stuff. We'll prepare some other cars for you to see. Once again, David Jacobson from Pcarmarket, Jim Barry, and the team is here. Check out Pcarmarket. We have the virtual Amelia auction is happening right now. We have some incredible cars, some Porsches, and some other makes and models. I think we have a LaFerrari, Carrera GT, an Aston Martin, Jim. We got some crazy stuff.
Yeah, a limited Aston Martin.
What's that?
A very limited Aston Martin.
Very limited Aston Martin and some really cool stuff. So check it out, and we'll be back with you in a little bit.